Welcome to Learn and Go Go, the podcast. Hey, everybody. It is Wednesday night. I am your host, Sydney. I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. And I am so happy you guys are here. I see Aaron in the comments. I see Luna Projects in the comments. I see Lizzie. I see Kyler. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I am so glad you are here. I'm a little discombobulated. It's been one of those days, so I hope you can hear me just fine. I didn't get a whole lot of time to test everything out before the show tonight. I still got my phone in my pocket. I'm, like I said, discombobulated, but you know what? I'm happy to be here, and I hope you are too. Let's see. Yeah, Tanya is here too. Wishing everybody a happy Wednesday. I'm going to stick her up on the screen because everybody else so far is in YouTube, so I want to make sure y'all can see each other. So how has your week been? What is new? What is exciting? What can I shout out for you? Put it in the comments. Oh, thank you, Lena. I'm glad you can hear me loud and clear. I appreciate that. What is new? What's exciting? Happy to see you all here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Kyler says YouTube has been putting some weird updates lately and it's changing things. You don't have to put it in the comments if you want to private message me what the changes are. I never got any sort of notification about any changes. So if you know what they are, I would absolutely appreciate it if you sent that over my way. Because I usually don't see that something's changed until I go to use it and then it doesn't work the same way anymore and then I just get pissed off. So I appreciate the heads up for sure. So let's see what is up. Oh, thank you, Aaron. It's my favorite way to spend a Wednesday too. I love you guys and I look forward to this every week. And you know what? I already started off without. I'm so bad at this. I did say I'm the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self, but I didn't tell you you can get your copy at learnedandgogo.com. It's available in paperback and ebook. Get yours today. So I just wanted to remember to do that. So this week has been, let's see, does anyone know how to subscribe to other people's Linktree? I didn't know you could subscribe. That's good to know. I will check that out and let you know if somebody else doesn't have the answer for you. I will try to get to the bottom of it. I didn't know you could do that. Huh. Oh, okay, like names going back to standard or requiring age verification. Interesting. Age verification to open an account or to look at videos? Because that's one thing I struggle with my podcast. So if, you've never posted a video on YouTube or if you've never posted a podcast on, was Anchor, now it's Spotify for podcasters. And they ask you every episode, does it have explicit content? All right. So if we're getting into our little Brenda Love, encyclopedia of sex practices, I say, yeah, it has explicit contact, explicit contact. But I'm like, what if I just drop an F-bomb? Does that count? Like sometimes y'all know we've had some episodes that have been a little bit, I have my first interview ever a couple years ago when I interviewed Artemisia Divine, the sex worker, and that was 100%. It's on YouTube for 18 plus only. That was an easy one, but what do you guys think? Like, if you say fuck, like how many fucks do you get? Is it like PG-13? You get one fuck and then you're explicit? I'm asking seriously. I don't know how this works. So if you have any guidance for me on when to click it has I always put it's not for kids because YouTube's always like, was this video created for kids? No. No, it was not. So that one's an easy one. But the explicit content I go back and forth with. So I'm looking for your advice, my village. I love you guys. Hey, so Severian is here too. Welcome, welcome. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Tanya's got 90% of the not needed right now stuff packed. Moving next week. I am sending you good vibes for a totally smooth move, that everything goes wonderfully, that you get into your new house perfectly fine. Everything is good to go. So sending all those good vibes. Let's see. Oh, okay. You tried to subscribe me, but you couldn't find it. Maybe I didn't know I was supposed to put that you can. Like I said, I didn't know that was a thing. So I will definitely try and get to the bottom of that. Okay. Keller says age doesn't matter anymore. Apparently, you have to scan your ID or take a selfie. People are not happy. I have had different sites where I've had to do that. Fun fact that you only hear this stuff if you're on my podcast. So during the I think it might have been during the pandemic. I feel like it was around pandemic time. I thought I was finally going to make an OnlyFans for like foot stuff, just foot stuff, not foot and anything else stuff, just foot stuff. I got denied. But they made me send a copy of my license. So that was like the first site that popped into my house. But they were like, no OnlyFans for you. They didn't even see my feet. So that's like the first site that I thought of for having to send your ID. I know like financial sites sometimes do that, gambling sites, stuff like that. But I'm trying to think where out like YouTube, that seems very general to, you can be posting all kinds of things. So why do you have to send them your ID? That's just weird. Let's see. Lizzie says, as the teenagers just print out a picture of an obvious adult and take a selfie of that to bypass it. Yeah, exactly. You can find a loophole in anything. Trust me. Let's see. Oh, Luna, give Freya scritches from me, please. I love that the pets are watching too. If anyone else has pets watching the show, put that in the comments. I would like to say hi. Let's see. And Kyler says, by the way, I had to fix the Discord. Bot should be fixed now. Still working on a permanent link to the Discord that you guys can put in the description in every video so people can join at any time. Thank you. I always forget to do that. We do have a Discord, and definitely put the link in the comments, Kyler, if it's up and able to be viewed. And then I will put it in here as well. And that way, because I always forget Discord because I'm old. I promise you it's not on purpose. I go on there to play Wordle, and that's literally all I do with Discord. I suck at it. I'm sorry. Lisa, hey, thanks for joining. So good to see you. Let's see. Lizzie says it's going to be just as effective as, are you 21 or 21 and over? Yes or no? Let's see. Oh, okay. Should be available by tomorrow or so. Awesome. Definitely let me know when it's up, and I can put it in the show descriptions every time I upload the show, and I can add it to my link tree as well. So again, I really appreciate that you created this for me, because like I said, I am Discord challenged and it is not my jam. So I very, very much appreciate it. So let's see. This week we are talking about, I love you all because you all just like totally didn't even comment on the foot thing. Hysterical. I love you guys. So I went to a Ghouls Day Out Sunday. I was invited by my super awesome sister-in-law, and we had so much fun. It was like a vendor event. So where we went was, I'll give them a shout out. It's called Rebel Aesthetic Academy. It's in South Jersey. And they do all kinds of services there. But when we went, we came in, we got a bag of goodies, and they had tattoo artist. They had tarot. Well, it wasn't even just tarot. It was all kinds of card reader. They had somebody doing Botox. They had permanent jewelry. They had another woman that makes jewelry. She had necklaces, bracelets, all kinds of stuff, snacks. And then we didn't even see until we left that the place next door was doing like nail and spa stuff. I totally would have gone in there. But my plan was to get a tattoo or like two or three. Um, but there were so many people there to get tattoos. I would have had to have hung out for like 4 hours, and I I'm not good at hanging out that that long for something like that. It was for flash tattoos. It wasn't, something that I couldn't get at a later date. But I did get my cards read, and it was really, really interesting because, like I said, it was a whole bunch of different decks. It wasn't just tarot. There were angel numbers, tarot. I don't even know what the other ones were. But the first card she flips over, if you guys have known me for a while, you might know my favorite number is 18. So birthday, so that's my favorite number. So it was number 18, and it was anxiety. I was like, well, I feel seen right now. My God. So it was anxiety, it was action, then it was broken heart. And the action was 17, which is Dave's number, which I thought was pretty interesting. Not because of his birthday, but that's his favorite number. So I was like, huh, interesting. And then it just built on from there. And I kept getting 2 and 22 as well, which is interesting. But I thought that was really fun. And like, that was pretty much what I did at the Ghouls Day Out. Cause like I said, I didn't get a tattoo. Botox scares the shit out of me. Like if that's your jam, enjoy. It's not my jam. Um, but it was funny, like everybody going back to talk to the Botox lady and then coming out and reporting back what they found out. I thought was pretty funny. Um, they had cheese. I had lots of cheese. But everybody was really cool. And to me, that was the most fun part of the whole thing. Like, wasn't even the things that they were offering. It was just hanging out and having so much fun with the other ladies there. So it was super cool, especially my little coven. Like we had so much fun. Um, so let's see what's it. Okay, Kyler, what's Kyler's favorite number? Is it 13? I'm gonna guess 13. Oh, okay then. Hope all is well. Yeah, I hope it's well with you too, sweetie. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for hopping in. Um, it's just a funny way to start a comment. Okay then. Let's see here. Fellowship is important. Absolutely. 100%. Yes. Uh, oh my gosh, your favorite number is 22. Super cool. Or 115. Okay. That's funny. 115 is a road that has a significance to me. Let's see. Oracle deck. It might have been an Oracle deck. I'm not that familiar with. Let me Google and then I can let you know. Let's see. Oracle deck. Let me see. It might. I mean, I'm looking at. There's like Halloween ones, fairies. I'm looking at. Okay, here we go. What do they look like inside? No, these look different. This is a healing oracle deck, though, so it might have been different. I'm not sure. I wanted to take a picture, but I didn't know if that was taboo, like if that was bad form. So I didn't want to insult anybody. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what I did on that comment, but it's like, this is acting weird tonight. I feel like I'm not seeing comments. This is weird. But let's. Aaron says, I can't do feet pics. I've got those hanging upside down in a cave bat feet. And I was going to say like Lost Boys and you put Lost Boys style. That's funny. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly when that was. When I tried to get my OnlyFans. I'm sure I can find the emails, but I was just so like, oh, okay then. Never mind. Like, yeah, 4 hours. because there were so many people in line and they had us all fill out the forms, but then didn't tell us they were collecting the forms. So by the time we heard it, we probably were like way, way down in the pile, is my guess, but it's okay. It's all good. Um, let's see here. Yeah, scroll back for my foot comment. I did see that. Lizzie says, I have a bullshit Oracle deck designed to be utter nonsense, and you make up what you think it means for you. It's hilarious. I love that. That is amazing. I definitely want to check that out. Oh, Freya, I see this picture. I don't know if I can share it easily. Let me see here. Can I share screen with what though? Yeah, screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Don't have that. Just trust me. Freya's a cute, cute kitty. Let's see. Oh my God, this is awesome. That's what you have to call that deck, Lizzie. Predictions against humanity. That is awesome. Yeah, FetLife is the fetish site. That is correct. I do know that. And then there was like Foot Finder or something like that, but that was like, the more I found out about that, the more like people were complaining about it. I don't know if it was like the cut that they took. I don't remember. But it's like everything else. It starts out as one thing and then it goes into different places that you may or may not want to go. And if you don't want to go, you shouldn't have to compete with the people that are there. Let's see. I did not try FetLife, but I don't think that was around when I did. So, because I know in my book, Everything I Need to Know I Learned in GoGo, I talk, I wish I knew what chapter it was. There was a time when I could have told you every page that every word was on in here, but now I don't remember which chapter it was. It'd be funny if we play pick a page later and y'all pick it. That'd be hysterical. But where I talk about like wanting to start a foot website and being like, look, if it's just my feet, do you want me to stick them in spaghetti? I don't care. Whatever. I don't judge. Just like make it rain on them toes. That's so funny. Yeah, some of them definitely have that vibe. And it's like, eeny, meeny, miny, toe. That's funny. You know what? I don't yuck anybody's yum as long as everybody's consenting and of legal age and species. Then you do whatever floats your boat. So, what I was saying was, I meant to say I got this ring at the Ghouls Day Out, and it's so cute. It's just a little plastic bat, and it's like one of the, the spider rings. They had the spider rings too, but I had never seen a bat one. So me and all of my friends that I went with, I gave everybody bats. I'm like, we got to get bats. We all have to have like matching rings. So I thought that was cute. Like, na bat. So I wanted to show off my cute little plastic ring because I think it's awesome. But also, so every year there's a pumpkin patch around here that I'm sorry, I said don't stick your finger in. Anyway. Holy moly. So around here there's a pumpkin patch farm local place, and Dave and I used to take the kids when they were little. They have a hayride to the witch's house that is absolutely adorable. Everybody gets in the hayride and then they give out these like big ass sugar cookies to everybody, and the kids eat the cookies while the witches tell a story. And the witch's house is really cute. It's just like a 2D, like house with a stage in front of it. And they tell a cute little story, and they tell really bad dad jokes, which you guys know are my favorite. I love really bad dad jokes. So the best part of that is when they're done and they're about to send you on your way, they say, and if you're doubting if we're really witches, we just got your kids all sugared up and we're sending them home with you. Happy Halloween. Like, and I always thought that was cute. And then at the end of the hayride, they have big bonfires where you can make s'mores and you drink apple cider and all. Super cute. And we go every year, even though the kids are grown now. Usually we still go with the kids, but this year we went by ourselves. And typically we get our pumpkins there and some decorations, but pumpkins are getting a little expensive, so I got them somewhere else cheaper. But I got this for the Polecast room, so I had to show you guys. It says, "Dancing is in my bones." How cute is this, right? And it's going to get hung up like year round. It's not just going to be Halloween, but I got to find the right spot for it. But I wanted to show you guys before I hung it up and couldn't show it off. I think it's super duper cute. Oh my God, Luna, did you find the page? I love you. Okay. So funny. But they have like all kinds of really cute decorations and stuff. I liked the little ghost drinking that's like only here for the booze. Stuff like that. Super cute. But yeah, okay. So it's page 209. Thank you, Luna, for locating my foot story in my book here. Oh, it's chapter 13. Okay, that's weird. I had just said 13. Ooh. Okay. You know what? I'll read it later. Hold on to your butts, kids. You'll have to stick around to catch the foot story. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought that was a super cute decoration to add to the Polecast room. But I wanted to know, do you guys go to pumpkin patches? Do you have Halloween haunts that you frequent every year? Something super fun like that. Thank you, Lisa. I think it's adorable. I love the little "dancing is in my bones. Hopefully I can dance again soon because I miss it." But yeah, do you have a Halloween tradition of a place that you like to go to buy your pumpkins, to do a pumpkin carving, to do a bonfire, hayride, corn maze, something like that? If you have a tradition, put it in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Yeah, the other thing about the place where we go is that they have apple cider donuts. And even though I can't eat them, I love getting them for the kids. And they smell really, really good. And there's a funny Delco tradition about this place. If you're listening from my area, you know already what I'm talking about. But they sell pies, right? So there's a rumor. It's a what's the word I'm thinking of? Like an urban legend. I don't know if it's true or not. I have no reason to believe that it's not. But they say that this place buys Sara Lee pies, the kind you can get in the supermarket, the frozen ones, and repackages them in their own boxes and marks them up and sells them. I don't know if it's true, but that's the rumor. So I've never bought one of their pies, but their apple cider donut the kids love. And they have all kinds of like cookies. They do whoopie pies. They do fudge. They have tons of stuff. Oh, and you know what I saw for the first time this year is freeze-dried candy. So I think what they must do is like put it in liquid nitrogen and like freeze it. They had Skittles. They had candy corn. I forget what else. This is the times when I wish I could still eat sugar because I see that and I'm like, I just want to try it. It kind of reminded me of like astronaut food, but it's candy. So I thought that was really interesting. Let's see. Lisa says, I do not. This year, I'm going to my first rodeo on the 31st. Okay. So when you can say next year if you go, this isn't my first rodeo. But that's super duper cool. I have not been to a rodeo in many, 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 many years. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's fun. I'm not saying that line from the book there, Luna. I'm not giving it away. Let's see. Seems like it would be easy to test that theory. You'll know identical pies if you taste them back to back. Maybe, but what if they partially bake them? and then put them in. That might change it because their oven will have all of the molecules of all of the pies that will. I don't know. People around here kind of swear by it. Let's see. Oh, all right. Luna has the Skittles and says that they're yummy. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know that because like they look really cool. They look like they've exploded. It's pretty badass. Um, Yay. I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. That's awesome. Lizzie says, have fun, Lisa. I hope they have mutton busting. Cutest thing ever. Okay, I'm going to be looking that up. That sounds adorable. Mutton busting. Mutton busting. That's fun to say. Mutton busting. Super cool. Another thing, I know we've already talked about Halloween decorations and stuff like that in past weeks, but thinking of the pumpkins in particular, I have it's like a cat decoration. So it's like the eyes, the ears, the arms, the feet, like everything is on metal rods. And so they poke into the pumpkin. And so, you know, like the ears and the face and all that. And I've had that thing. I think my mom bought it for me the year that I moved into the condo, which was 1998. And I've had it since then. And every year I like put it in a different pumpkin. And so sometimes it's like a little pumpkin, sometimes it's a big pumpkin, but I always have like this cat. So if you have anything that's like, I know we already talked about decorations, but anything like that, like a particular pumpkin tradition, put it in the comments because I would love to see that. Tanya says, never been to a rodeo, but I have been to the circus a few hundred times and I know quite a few clowns. I think the older you get, the more clowns you know, for sure. All right, that just reminded me of a funny story. So when I was working at the bar that I call Warlocks in my book, there was a circus in town in Philly, and the people that worked for the circus came in, like not the performers, but you know, the lighting techs and the all the different crew. So I was talking to this one guy, John. See, I mean, not that John's hard to remember, but and he was from Manitoba, Moose Jaw, Manitoba, and he invited me to come to the circus. And you know, like I look back at some of the shit I did when I was younger, and I'm like, where was your brain? But I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I go to. It was in Fairmount Park, which is well known in Philly. So we go and he worked the lights. So we like climbed up this whole rigging up to this giant board that the lights were being worked by. And you know, the circus starts. It's so cool. Like, first of all, being backstage at the circus, like, and seeing everybody just like wandering around backstage was kind of cool. And then we get, you know, in the circus tent and up to the lighting board. And he's like, you know, the people are coming down from the ceiling and he's shit. And I'm like, what does that button do? And he's like, push it and find out. I'm like, okay. So I'm just like randomly pushing. The people probably wanted to fucking kill me. But it was so fun. Like, just, I'm working at the circus, you know? And it was just, he was a very nice dude. I lucked out. I lucked out because he could have been a serial killer. How did I know he actually worked at the circus? Like, he could have freaking murderized me. So we're just all going to send up some gratitude that I was not killed at the circus, around the circus, thinking I was going to the circus. But it was a fun day. And I remember going to the circus as a kid. Like, my parents would take us to the circus, and I always loved the acrobats. And to this day, like, I watch Pink and I'm just in awe. Like, I just love the athletics of that. I mean, it's incredible. So let's see. It's little kids riding sheep. Oh, that's a mutton bustin'. It's adorable and super hardcore because those sheep can run. I bet they can. How cute is that? That is adorable. I've never seen that. I'm going to be looking up videos because that sounds so fun. Let me see here. Oh, cool, Lizzie. Thank you for sending me your your deck of cards. I'm definitely gonna look at that. That is awesome. Oh god, they're more or less strapped to them. So like this sheep's taking off and this kid's probably like, did you ever see did you ever see the cartoon of I'm having a brain fart. Is it centaurs that are like the horse with like the man top? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And they're like, um, nobody ever talks about baby centaurs, and it's like horses running with like babies flop. Like that's what I'm picturing. That is horrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Lisa says, holy cow, I want to see that. Definitely report back if that is at the Halloween rodeo, because that is fantastic. Oh, I bet that's so funny. That's hilarious. I love that. All right. So, speaking of more stories that I'm not sure if I shared in the book or not, but this reminded me of someone funny enough. Have you guys heard about Kim Kardashian's new endeavor with her Skims? And I meant to find this video um that I I found it in the news feed, and I hate when that happens because then it's like trying to share it is, you got to find it again and stuff, but I do have it somewhere in response to Kim's new endeavor. So, Kim Kardashian, let me see if I can find what she's calling them. Um let's see here. Do 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 do. Do they have a name? Let's say. It's basically what it is. Like, I don't want to click on something and have it be a video here. Let's see. So it's apparently they're just being called faux pubic hair underwear, I guess. We don't have a catchy name that starts with a K for Kim Kardashian cooch. I don't know what you'd call it. Um, so basically what it is it's a thong, but on the front, it has fake pubes. So I was like, thinking about it. I was listening to another podcast this morning. It's called Everything's Perfect by Autumn Calabrese and Donald Stamper. Autumn's like one of my favorite fitness trainers. And they were talking about this and they brought up a good point because they're like, okay, so maybe you want to buy this because you went a little heavy on the laser hair removal, or things aren't growing back after years of waxing. What? Okay, that's great. So what happens? Let's see. Oh no, Lisa, it is absolutely, absolutely real. I thought it was a joke too, and I looked it up. Not only is it real, they've sold out. Bush Speedo is correct. But yeah, it's a thong. And then like there's, different colors. Some are curly, some are straight. It's a merkin, is basically what it is. But they're like, yeah, so first of all, you're gonna get it in your zipper. If you're wearing this, because the hair is no longer in your panties. And I know plenty of women go commando. Maybe you do already get it in the zipper. I don't know. I'm not that brave most of the time. So I don't know these things. Plus, we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, so there was a video that I was dying. My friend sent it to me. We'll just call my friend Shaba. And it's this older woman with all gray hair, and she talks about how Kim Kardashian missed a whole part of the market because none of the thongs have gray or white hair. She's like, so how are us older ladies supposed to have the drapes, the carpet match the drapes? So she pulls out these giant granny panties that she has attached white hair. I was crying. I'm going to have to put the link when I find it. I'm going to have to share the link. And then she goes, or if you don't have Arctic blonde like me, because her hair was really white, she's like, there's steel wool gray, and it's like another pair of granny panties that she has like literally like a Brillo pad on. She's like, for those nights when no definitely just means no. I was crying, but I'm just like, okay, what, what, dude, Lisa, I agree, but she's dumb all the way to the bank. Like, seriously, they so stop it. Um, is it for bushy nudes? Who would buy that? I'm so confused. Same. Yeah. So that's what we were talking I was talking about listening to on the podcast. They made the point, hey, honey, like trying something new tonight. Wah, and then you take it off. So I mean, I guess you could do but, and I'm sure that they are stupid expensive. I am sure that they are stupid expensive. But yeah, so in my book, I talk about having to keep things under control because nobody wants to see an overstuffed Easter basket on stage. So you can't be up there like, hey, you had to keep everything up to code. So to get completely personal here, I was going to Brazil for a while recently. I just decided, why not? We'll just go to Brazil, which is once a month, so the in between can get a little hairy. Get it? Um, but then I decided that I could spend my money on better things. And I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and they're like, well, make sure you get a fresh razor. And I felt like going, that was a job requirement for me for years. Like I always shaved until recently. Like I know how to. And then I started thinking, how many other jobs would shaving your hoo-ha be a job requirement for? Which got me thinking, have you ever had a job that had a really strange off the wall requirement, like not your run of the mill, like use deodorant, don't smell, like something like that, but like something a little odder? Because I was like, I can't think of another job outside of, the sex work industry, which dancing falls into, even though it's not in the same category as a lot of other branches of that tree. But like, what's another really weird thing that you may have had to do for your job? Because I was just thinking, like, that's, excuse me, like when they started giving me all of these instructions, I'm like, I'm freaking 50 years old. I know, I'm aware, you know? So I just thought that was funny. When I had that realization, like I never thought of it that way. Like that's a job requirement that I can't imagine I needed any other job. Like, hey, welcome to Walmart. Like people don't care. It's Walmart. Let's see here. Reese, hey, sweetie. I miss you. I'm so glad you hopped in. I hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic October, my friend. Let's see. This is a respectable establishment. Keep them spider stragglers under control, damn it. Okay, so it does take a very steady hand. You're not kidding, so Severian. Um, so just trimming your balls. I would think that's worse, honestly. I mean, that's just like squishy, for lack of a better. I'm sorry. But I mean, there's like not, yeah, I forget what we were talking about. Oh, when you when you said this is a respectable establishment. So I remember when I was a manager at a place and we decided we were going to get people to come in by having an amateur night. And then like if if the amateur night went well, then we would offer the person a job. So this girl comes in and does amateur night in like PJs, which was, cute, whatever. You're embarrassed at first, that's fine. And she was a cute girl. So I thought, okay, I can take her under my wing and, like show her the ropes and stuff like that. The amount of times I had to pull this girl off to the side of the stage and tell her to go flip her thong around because it was on backwards. I can't even tell you. And she didn't shave. Quoi? I mean, even when I was in high school, I could figure out which way a thong went. Like, So when I talk about your overstuffed Easter basket, that was crazy. Let's see here. Oh, Luna got me with the Tatiana. So Tatiana friends, whether it's alcohol or water or you're smoking something, cheers to all of you. All right, and you got me, Luna. Nobody's got me with Tatiana for a while. That's why you have a partner. Okay, that can help. However, sometimes you just got to get the job done. And the worst is like if you're in a stall shower, because then you got to turn into Mary Lou Retton, like with your, like sticking the, trying to get to stuff. And then if you slip, that is bad. Let's say, oh, hell no, not on my end. I trim my own gooch. That's hilarious. Yes, backwards. Backwards. Oh my God, did it look like a chicken roast dressed in twine? A chicken roast with a Gene Simmons wig on. Nobody needed to see that. I had to let her go after like a couple shifts because I'm just like, if you can't wear your undies correctly, oh boy. That was funny. I'm like, I can still picture her. That was hilarious. Ooh, all right. Is that Belvani double oak scotch? Is that how you say it? Cool, cool. I'm having my typical 3 olives cherry vodka with pomegranate polar seltzer. If Polar would like to sponsor my show, I will give you a shout out every show. Let's see. Don't do it in the bathroom. Usually they're on the bed. Okay. I can see that if you have something to clean it all up on. You ever like go get your hair trimmed and then it like gets in your clothes and you're like itchy? So I would have to absolutely like have, like a whole tarp or whatever down that I could make sure that I don't get any of those little stragglers because that would suck. But all right, see, like no one is commenting on a job requirement that is way out of the norm. So maybe that's just it. Maybe it's just the whole shaving thing for stripping. Because I can't think of another job either that has a requirement that's off the wall like that. Okay. Oh, excuse me, Belvini, not A. Sorry. Okay. And I'm sorry for burping. That was completely rude. It's that seltzer. But I'm laughing at Aaron wanting a Batfoot OnlyFans page. I say you do it because if there is anything the internet has taught me, it is that somebody out there will pay you money for just about anything. So I say, why not? It is a niche. You go make that money. And I bet if you started it now in October and you booked it and marketed it as a vampire foot page and somebody found out about it and posted about it, or somebody else like was like, oh my God, I can't believe this exists. Check it out. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Then shown, shown, shown. Then I want to see more because there's people out there that do. And bank, bank, bank. I say you do it. Give it a go. Why not? Why not? You have it up for a couple months and it doesn't work out, you have a story. That's how I look at it. Let's see. Okay, Lisa can't think of one either. All right, cool. Let's see. Menopausal hair loss. I haven't had to groom there in a few years. You know what? I don't want this to fall out because of menopause, but if everything from like here down did, I wouldn't be mad. That's what I always say. If I like win the lottery, I just want to get laser hair removal from like here down. Because things here aren't bad yet, but I know it's coming. I know it's coming. It's inevitable. Happens to every lady. What if I could like get this to grow back? My eyebrows. Oh, that was funny too when we were at the Ghouls Day when we were oh, I'm sorry. Good night, Kyler. Get good sleep. Happy hunting. when we were talking about Botox, we were talking about doing a lift here. So I kept running around and everybody going, "Am I pretty?" So when I just did that, it made me think of that. But if I could get like, I'm not only an eyebrow customer, I'm also or president, I'm also a client. Do you remember those hair transplant ads? What was that company? And he's like, I'm not only the whatever president, I'm also a client. And he had that like the hair transplants and they'd show him jumping in the pool and being like, whoa, hair club for men. Just access that brain cell. Let's see here. Just thinking about dress up my feet to look like they did on the Lost Boys. Absolutely. And uh Aaron's talking about his own feet that they look like they're from the Lost Boys. Yes, hair club for men. Everyone is agreeing with me. Excellent. Um Rigatoni. I'm not sure what rigatoni. I feel like I missed a reference there. But yeah, the hair club for men. If we could have the eyebrow club for women that did too much waxing in the 90s, I think that's what we need. Um, I don't even remember what we were talking about. We were talking about, having hardwood instead of carpet to match the drapes. That's hilarious. I mean, honestly, the older I get, the less upkeep I have to do, the better. I have to dye this stuff because, well, part of me thinks it would be cool to let the sea hag grays grow in. What happens is I put it back in a ponytail and then my 6 head becomes an 8 head because you can't see where my head ends and my hair starts. So that's why I'm kind of like, got to do the roots again so that people can see that there's an actual, that my hairline doesn't start up here. Oh, that's hysterical. Luna was trying to type Rogaine and it said rigatoni. I was so lost. You can absolutely send me a picture of your feet, Aaron. I'm not scared. Feet don't scare me. That is awesome. All right. So let's see. See, I'm getting better at like giving myself notes because usually the podcast starts and then everything I wanted to talk about falls out of my head. So puby undies we have discussed. Is that but I forgot. See? This is why I need to take notes. So I'm pretty sure I talk about her in the book, but I don't know if I talked about this specifically. I worked with this woman. I can say her name. It wasn't a real name. Her name was Diva. She looked like Madonna. She was just like, channeling her Madonna, but she would do like go above and beyond the costuming and she put on a show. Like she wasn't just get up and do the do. Like she was a performer. She was fantastic. And she had a pair of like what I talk about in the book is that she would do Xanadu on roller skates on stage. Like she was phenomenal, but I wanted to point that out because that is just so like unique and fantastic. But yeah, she had a thong that looked like pubes back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And she would have her whole outfit on and she would take it off and she would have this G string. So she technically was covered as per the regulations of, the local government, but it was perfectly matched to her skin tone. So it just looked like she was up there naked with a bush, but it was actually her underwear. And I thought that was so funny. And sometimes she would just like flash guys, but she was flashing them her underwear, but they thought it was actually her. So funny. So when I saw that Kim Kardashian was doing this, I'm like, you stole Diva's idea, man. She was doing it back in the day. So that's hysterical. I was wondering what role rigatoni played in pubic arena. I'm sure that somewhere there's a rigatoni OnlyFans, and I wish I was kidding. There's got to be like some sort of pasta porn. It's got to be. There's every other kind. Why not? And then, like I was going to say insert your sauce joke, but that just went even a step further than I meant it to. But yeah, I would think that there is pasta porn for sure. Let me see. Okay, since we're still on the PB panties, I want to see because it says they're sold out, but I want to see what they were going for. Oh my God, what is that? How to find the perfect shape. Oh, Jesus. Kim Kardashian in her underwear just like flashed up on my screen and scared me. I was not ready for it. Would it be in bestsellers? No, that's actual. Okay. I just wanted to see how much your undies cost, ma'am. Okay, that got too hard. If anybody wants to Google for me, because I don't want to sit here Googling. Hey, Frankie is here. Yo, what's up? You gonna get yourself some of them Kim Kardashian PB panties? Let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. Uh, all right, Batfoot incoming. I can't wait. I have to wait till after the show. Or do you want me to react live? Let's do a live reaction here. Oh, they're not bad. They're not as bad as you are making them out to be. But I still say you make the OnlyFans and you let us know how it goes because I think that would be phenomenal and I think you could make money. I really do. Yeah, so how are we at less than 10 minutes already, guys? This hour has see what happens? We talk about pubes. We talk about pumpkin patches. Maybe it's all the P words. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so some of the okay, I have another P word. Because some of the other things I wanted to talk about tonight will be like in-depth conversations, like not anything that serious, but I would want to take more time than what we have left tonight. So this one I want to shout out to one of my besties. Okay, so Frankie reporting back to us is saying that he did try the Kim Kardashian PB panties. They are very refreshing, and he wore them today. So did I'm not even. Never mind. I'm not. I was going to ask some questions, joking around, but it will get way off the rails. Um, excellent. If your cooter is good like it is, you don't have to buy them. I agree. I told the story in the book about Diva with the roller skates. I don't think I told the PB panty story. That's why I'm like, I don't think I told that part. You could not catch salmon upstream with your feet, Aaron. So back to the peas. So we talked about pumpkin patches. We talked about pubic panties, puby panties, whatever. Kim Kardashian's latest line. So another my God. What if you bought a pair and they came damp? Ew. Then you know they're naturally sourced and it's not synthetic pubic hair. So the other thing when I said all the P words is one of my besties sends me postcards from everywhere that well, it's two of my besties, wherever they visit. So I didn't know, like, when is the last time you sent a postcard? When is the last time you got a postcard? Are postcards a thing that you ever were into? Or is it kind of like a thing of the past? Because I really do enjoy still getting postcards from them, but they are the only people that send me postcards. And I'm not counting the ones that you get in the mail that are like house for sale in your neighborhood. I mean, like from your friends and family. Have you ever gotten postcards? Are they like a thing that you like? Because I think they're fun. What's funny is every time I've gone to get one to send to them is when I'm on vacation with them. So it's kind of like, here you go. I bought it in the store. I'm going to hand it to you. Luna says, haven't had a postcard in ages. Okay. I feel like they were kind of a thing from like a, throwback to the past kind of thing, which is also why I really enjoy them. And I get so excited every time I get one because they're not that common anymore. But I'm surprised at how many places still sell them. So there has to still be a market. Let's see. Lizzie says, sometime in the 90s, my dad sent postcards when he started trucking. Oh, that's cool. That's got to be a really. Do you still have them? Like, have you kept them? Because that has to be really cool, like, to see everywhere that he went. Luna says, I love them. Last one I got was from my friend that went to Italy. Cool. And Lizzie says, we used to send postcards to family when we lived in Germany. Awesome. Lisa says, it's been decades and I hope postcards sell out like the Kim Kardashian puby panties. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone can afford a postcard and you're not going to worry about if it matches the drapes because it's beautiful as it is. And you know what? So's your pubes, ladies, or lack thereof. So don't worry about having to cover them up with costume pubes. You just do you. Let's say. I get that. Never throw anything away, but damned if I know where anything is anymore. I feel that comment. So true. Tanya says, I used to collect them but never send them. Okay. I actually have some that I've bought that I never sent. So I understand that. Lisa says, I bought a Dolly Parton postcard and made it into a magnet for the fridge. That's a really cool idea. Aaron says, I never traveled enough as a kid, so my drapes stayed. The drapes are up here. It's the carpet. Oh my goodness. It is beautiful. That's right. That's right. We are a body positive show. So, especially like, because I think the more that social media and filters and all that comes out, like, this is it. I got a little bit of makeup on. Occasionally, I will use the portrait instead of regular photo to take a picture, but that's it. I don't use filters. You know what? It's like, okay, I love that I keep commenting things on my book. Okay, so I do share a story in here about the end of the night in the bar, how it would start with the DJs playing songs to try to encourage the guys to clear out. You know, the one guy I worked with would play who was that guy from American Idol? William Hung. The guy, like, he was horrible, but he got famous and had a CD even though he was horrible. So he would play that. Or they'd play like At a Medium Pace by Adam Sandler, Chocolate Salty Balls from South Park. So if you're trying to get your last couch dances at the end of the night, you're back there to like put them in your mouth and suck them. You know, like, I have done couch dances to the weirdest shit. So when it got to they're not budging, we need to go, that's when they would flip on the overhead lights. And I called them the cellulites because, like, all of a sudden you can see every dimple, every, you know, like, there's a reason why every club has black lights. You know, like, they were like the filters before Instagram. So you turn that harsh overhead light on, I don't care who you are. It is not a complimentary look. And a lot of the girls would just like scatter like roaches. I didn't care. I'd be like, boo, maybe I'll scare you and you'll drop your wallet. Like, I don't care. Like, I'd go around and get that last little bit of money. So that's what I'm thinking of with like not using filters and all. I'm like, that started the back before filters. Like, I would turn on them cellulites and I don't care. Whatever. I'm just me. So we are, oh my goodness, I don't even think we're going to have time for Pick a Page tonight, but that's okay because we got to hear lots of stories, even though I didn't specifically read one, but it was chapter 13, right? What were we talking about? The overstuffed Easter basket, I think. Let's see here. Was it 209? Because it starts out with talking about when I worked as a secretary and how I got more sexual harassment in there than I did in the bars. Huh. Yeah, I don't see anything about yeah, you said 209. That's what I'm looking at. Which is chapter 13. Unless I'm blind. No, that is 209. I am blind and it is 209. Oh, on Kindle. Oh, okay, that's different. Yeah, gotcha. All right, well, maybe we'll find it. If not, get your copy of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, and you can find it and read the whole story and you can get your copy at learninggogo.com. And it is on Kindle, it is on paperback, and it's on non-Kindle ebook as well. And one of these days, I'm going to make it an audiobook. I swear it is on my list of things to do. I just need to get the rest of the podcast room set up so that it's, like enough soundproofing that I can, yes, exactly, Lizzie, read the book and you'll come across it. That is right. It's like a scavenger hunt. You can find the Easter basket in the book on your own. Pretending he. Okay. Everything reminds me of a song. That was immediate Les Mis. I don't want to get in trouble though. So anyway, guys, this has been so much fun. Oh, it's chapter 14 in the book. Okay. So, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I can't find it. Get the book. It's like the old Time Life commercials. Read the book. I had to find what chapter. If you do an Audible version, I will buy that version too. Thank you, Lisa. I absolutely want to do that because I am an audiobook person myself. I love audiobooks. I'm reading one right now. I know we talked about books last week, and I don't think I had started it then. It's called Uncultured, and it is a woman's experience leaving the Children of God cult, and it is crazy. Like, if you get easily upset, don't read it. You will be upset. It's very upsetting. But it's fascinating too. So I can absolutely understand so many of us don't stop to sit and read. I do both. I've been reading at night again. But I'm definitely like, I will go through audiobooks faster because I can listen to them when I'm driving or when I'm doing housework or, when I'm working and stuff like that. So I get it. And I want to give you guys the audiobook version. I just need to get the right setup so that it's quality because I don't want to half-ass it. I want to do it professionally and, good quality. It's called Uncultured. The author's Daniela. I don't remember her last name. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, wait, it's on my Spotify. If you have Spotify Premium, it is included in that subscription. But they only let you listen to so many hours at a time. Come on, you bastard. It's not on my home screen anymore. And if I go to audiobooks, it's not there, and I don't know why. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Gonna call me a liar. Okay, yeah, it's called Uncultured, a memoir by Daniela Mestianik Young. So it's really, really good. But like I said, it's very upsetting. So you've been warned. Let's see. I hate when a narrator ruins a book. I hate that too. And that's why I want to do it myself because there's so many Sydneyisms in it that I don't think other people would understand and know how to deliver just because it's me and I wrote it and it's my sense of humor and my stories. I think I can share those better than anybody else. And I'm not saying that like I'm better than anyone else, but I'm saying it like some people aren't going to get it. Like the amount of people that I thought knew like tool pants was like just a regular insult. And apparently it's a Sydneyism that I made up. It's something that I call people. I thought other people called people too. So let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lizzie said I tried doing an audiobook, but the narrator's voice clashed with the voice in my head. That happens a lot. Absolutely. And yes, it must be the narrator. And that's the thing, like the Uncultured Daniela's telling the story, like reading her book, and that definitely helps. Because it's such personal things that she shares. So I think that it was important that she share her story. And I think that happens more with like memoirs and true stories. I think when at all possible, the author should narrate it because you're sharing your experience. Whereas if it's, like a fiction book, you gotta have a little more leeway to let other people read it because it's not coming from, even though they're probably based on your experiences, it's not like this is my life, if that makes sense. So, all right, I'm babbling again. But you guys rock. And I'm sorry we ran out of time for Pick a Page, but you know what? In a way, I'm not, because we just had so much fun and I loved it. And I appreciate all of you for hopping on tonight. I will be back next week for the last show of October. October's flying, man. And I only just got the Halloween decorations down from the attic yesterday, and they're not up yet, the inside ones. I have the outside ones up, but I blinked. It's the 22nd. Like, time needs to slow down because I don't think I've ever not had them out this late, which is crazy. Yes, Danny Trejo narrating his own story. Nobody else can narrate Danny Trejo. He's fantastic. I love him. So I hope you guys can join me next week at 9 p.m. Eastern. Same bat time, same bat channels. Oh, wait, where's my ring? I took it off. Here, same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, have a fantastic week. And whatever life throws at you, make sure you take it head on. Because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from your problems, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love ya.